Ah, Hello guys, welcome to Nifty Alpha Trader. So today I'm going to explain about how my trades are going, and let's get started. Hello guys. So before starting it, I'll just give a quick disclaimer that I'm not a SEBI registered trader or investor or any kind of mentor. Here I'm just making a video on what all my positions are. So this is just a vlog, a financial vlog to my journey and how I'm doing better with my trades or worse with my trades. And here I go. So first of all, let me show my display so you can see me right now. Yep. So here is my entire uh, thing, present trades right now. I have booked few profits, but ultimately this month has been completely in a huge loss. I would say that, clearly say that this month has been completely in a red zone. Before that also, let me open my kite viewer. Mhm. I guess I okay, now you can see. Yes. So all the positions are in extreme losses, all the holdings are in losses, everything is in loss. That's the beauty of stock market. That is, you can be in losses, you can be in profits anytime. But what you have to concentrate is, if you're an investor, you should be concentrating on long term, and if you're a trader, you have to concentrate on the short term and monthly gains. Like, is your ROI, like ROC, like how much capital you have kept and what all returns you are getting on a monthly basis, is what you have to check for a trader. And for an investor, you have to check how it's going on a yearly basis. Now coming to F&O, here we go. So F&O this month has been in loss of, the realized loss 35,000, and the previous month we have made around 63,000. So the last month's profits are presently saving us from this month gains. So that is what, not what I've expected, but yes, we are going in terrible losses right now. Let's see how the present trades are going, since this was basically because of these days when the market has crashed. Like, literally MGM has made a violent moves up and down both sides. But yeah, this trade is fine. This trade is actually fine uh, because this was basically as an exit of the previous month. So this loss what I've made of 15,000 was the earlier loss, so I won't. So this was on day one, so this will, I can consider and give it to the previous month. But from this month, from May the 3rd, I'll calculate that. So basically 17,000 is the loss which has started this month, and mostly because of the crash. uh, in just last when I exited this, the same day, it, it was sudden, it had a sudden crash and almost all the capital wiped out. But what you have to do is, have to everyone says to set a stop loss. Actually, this is technically not a stop loss, but once the risk has been reached and breached, clearly I have kept 10,000 as a risk reward for this one, and it was actually going beyond that, and then I squared this off, and then this one, this trade, I will just explain you instead of this one. Let me get dates to the closer ones. That specific week, when last week when I made huge losses. One was in Ashok Leyland where I made 20,000 loss, and again gained somewhat like 8,000. So most probably as an 8,000 loss. And here in Federal Bank, the loss was not so huge. If you are seeing, okay, I'll just place individual trades Ashok Leyland, because I have not tracked this month, and I am again going to my bad habits of actually not tracking the data, which is not at all good, which I have to correct myself in. And where am I going now? The second thing is Ashok Leyland, and now it's going to Federal Bank. Federal Bank, if you're seeing, the losses were not so high. Where did the losses come from then? I'm not exactly sure where the losses have come from. But let's see. Ashok Leyland 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. Okay. So there were few trades which, if you're seeing here, okay, the Federal Bank, and lastly Hero MotoCo. Wow, this was a good blockbuster one. If you're seeing here, Hero MotoCo has rallied like hell. Every time I trade in Hero MotoCo, I make huge losses. So Hero MotoCo, if you're seeing, I made this one minus this one, because this is unpredictable. Like what happened with Hero MotoCo is, when the market crashed, it rallied like 14,000. But what I can say is, I have exited my Hero MotoCo investments successfully with around 30,000 profits, because I exited because of majorly one reasons, because their sales were not so good, and even though they were a market leader, I wanted to shift my entire portfolio to four-wheelers rather than two-wheelers. So and I was getting Tata Motors at a better price, so I shifted there. So the basic loss here would be 8 minus 5 plus. So 11,000 a loss. And equities this month we have made 30,000. So minus 12 from here, or let's say 30k is realized. And again, I'm saying Hero MotoCo was clearly, I was hedging it before I was trying to exit it, because I thought even Hero MotoCo, I was really thinking that Hero MotoCo will have a huge impact and the others are safe. But what happened was the other way around. Like Hero MotoCo rallied and everything was breached. If you're seeing the lot sizes, right? So even the amounts, the sell was at 24, 100 gap points, 80 point gap, and then even this got breached. Everything was breached. So clearly here a loss, but I exited at 30,000. So ultimately it is a profit is what we'll think right now. But overall, if you're seeing the May month in futures and options without Hero MotoCo, so we have made some money here, and in equities we have so almost squared off this for this month. But there is in a broad view, we are clearly again making good losses, right? So that is what we have to cover now. I mean, these losses are, this was a hedge, and the hedge was clearly done, and we are losing a lot, like 1 lakh in investments is what we are losing, and this month is purely on hedging rather than, and again, hedging in the sense, if a stock is available for a lesser amount, we are going to buy it. And because even this time I'm going to buy it in lots. And so here are few stocks which I am thinking to buy right now. So would be, let me, one would be Coal India. Again, if you're seeing Coal India, so this position looks weird right now, but ultimately this should look positive, because it's the loss which it's showing as 26,000 is actually the loss of 16,000, and we are in net positive in Naukri because of the adjustments, and we are also in net positive with MGML. But still, no, we are not in net positive with MGML. It might be, the risk is not yet reached. So it is 6:2. The reward is 1:2 or 1:3. But I'm not on the downside. I'm fine, because it's just one lot which we are going to take, because I've also exited this one, but not with a good price. I mean, MGL, I have not exited at a good price. It came at a decent price where I should have exited, but I have not exited. So yeah, I should have exited it at a good, much better price. But yeah, things happen, and let's move on. And now, going back to these positions and rationale behind them, and how we are going to mitigate the risks on downside and upside, and basically have a clear rationale whether they're going down or whether they're going up, and based on that, stick to that positions based on what rationales. Now I'm going to open my own software which I have built. So first, let's go with Coal India, because we are in great loss over there. So Coal India right now, if you're seeing here, why Coal India? And I already have an investment in Coal India, and it was a recent investment. After selling Hero Motoko, I have purchased Coal India. The major reason of purchasing Coal India was to power necessity, which has hiked a lot, and there is a huge need of power in India, and we are in power shortage mainly in North Indian states like Punjab or Orissa, even Andhra Pradesh in south, even Bangalore here has a power shortage, and India will have like 10x necessity of power usage. We don't have any nuclear plants in India, so we need huge nuclear plants, but that might take time to sustain the power usage. And since we don't have that, we need coal energy to supply the demand what we have right now. So coal is the only source of energy which we have right now, and which we can sustain. So Coal India is one of the main group, and apart from this there is also Adani, but I am not a fan of Adani groups. So that's the reason I am like little bullish on Coal India more than others. And it was a tough time, basically because of let's draw. So this one has, after buying Coal India, it was 7% down, right? So total portfolio is around 10% down. And if you're seeing, this is what I have been, this is my position. And what happened is, if you're seeing here, what happened is from from 19,007, uh, from 200, the value has fallen to 1 170. Coal India is overvalued when it comes to the normal stocks, but my only view is about power necessity, not about anything else. So I am preferring Coal India only for the power usage and the power necessity which India needs. So I'm clearly only going with that rationale, not at all with other things. But now what we have here is, today we were seeing, at the end of the day we were seeing that it is trying to consolidate. This was a consolidation region. When you were seeing from past 2 days, usually what happens is, uh, if you are seeing here, this was a huge momentum drag, right? And if you are seeing here also, the OIs which were here, the short building has come, and then since then there was only unwinding from there, there on, like the last 10 points was completely unwinding. And now if you're seeing, there is a fresh build up. Usually what happens is, this creates a support region. So this axis, it is presently at a support region, because all of a sudden there was, if there is even 1 point price downfall, it was called short build up. But today there was long build up. At the last minute there was huge support which came as a long build up. So this is one thing which we can consider. That is when I exited my short positions, when there was a long build up being shown at the end of the day. And end of the day I have taken the position where I have shifted my position from short to long, and that is where today I have taken that 15,000 ka ek loss, which was huge again. So I'm predicting that it will have a support, but yet I'm not going to be 100% bullish on this, because the entire market is slightly in a downward direction. So this is the main reason why I am going. So macro indicators are also clearly in a bearish view, and also RBI hikes and others make it a little bit hard. In an entire stock market, everything is falling. So this is a good thing which I am going with. So that's the only reason that coal is a huge necessity. And seeing the valuation also, it seems fair but not extremely high or extremely low. It is moderate and above moderate pricing, and the dividends are also good, but I'm not going for dividends. I'm just viewing it in futures and options market. Usually people don't trade, I won't say that, but people usually don't trade in Coal India a lot. I think that's my personal view, but yeah, but still the movements were really good. And if you're seeing the contracts which were being built, 1 million, then there are new contracts which are built. Previously, if you're seeing here, the OI change, see, was good, right? Previously, whenever it is green, right, the last time we had this view was this one in 4 millions. So see in millions, okay? Where is that happening? The OI change in positive millions, okay? This has happened. This has started here, right, in a long build-up zone, and then it has come to shorting. Now, even now, if you're seeing, this is again can be taken as a short build-up rather than a long build-up. But my view is basically long, because there was also a meeting which was happening in Coal India today. They had an announcement that they called a minister and everyone were there representing Coal India and Adani Power, where they had like a big meeting on power and power consumption of India, and how Coal India is moving to a sustainable way of producing coal and a lot of things there. It might take another complete video to discuss just on that. So ultimately, this is what I found interesting, that it is in support, and actually I bought also shares in this zone. Once, and this is my view right now. Done. So I'll just showcase what I have bought. So I bought additional 50 shares today, and the price is fine, and I'll keep averaging this out until this price is reached. So keep on averaging this because it is right now in a decent zone for me, and it can fall down, and I'll keep averaging but not aggressive averaging. Slowly start buying them out, and let's keep earning money with that. The next one after this one is MGL. MGL today has made a huge move. I wasn't expecting this, but the move was really good. But when I'm seeing the OI build-up, it is giving some kind of a false image. So today the move was when the day opened, the move was around 7%. That is the the version, the one which you're seeing here, right? MGL. This was this was 9,000 minus, and that is when I closed MGL here, and I've taken this one, and now this is being hit. This, what happened here is it went the other way around. So adjustments are risky because of these kind of markets. So the market is not actually bearish, the market is volatile. So these kinds of moves are expected, but what's happening here is something really interesting with MGM. The day after I sold it, has Indian government has released a statement that mostly to JSPL. The statement was clearly that to increase city gas usage, and even if possible import the gas from other countries. So because there is a gas shortage also. So this is the clear indication that MGL, the margins of MGL, even the state taxes have reduced. So MGL can make a big move even here. So the long build-up is created, but these things, if you're seeing the contracts, usually this long contract wasn't seen in the last long time, right? The volume is good, and OI impact, if you're seeing in terms of percentage, this happened here the same line. So this is basically a make or break zone. So this point has reached again. It has not crossed this location. So we would take this as a careful location to point out. So once, but again, I'm bullish. I'm only bullish on most of the stocks. I'm not bearish. Even if the market is bearish, I'm not so much bearish in stock market, because I am fairly new. Let's put it that way. But the point is, I'm only going through fundamentals, and if the data of the volume changes are supporting it or not. So if they don't support it with the fundamental data, I'm not going with that trades. But if as you have seen my coal India position, I was completely wrong. And in MGL, well, here the market supports, so I'm in a long. Right now I've changed it to a long straddle, not a straddle or strangle, but the long-term picture is in a good view. That is, yeah, the picture here is somewhat different. So it is 2:1. So the calls are 2 because of the bearish market, the entire short-term market. The view is long in the long term, and that's the reason I'm just concentrating on making this much better uh, position and in bullish way. So we are safe till 8%. I don't think it will make 8% huge moves, but the same time, I'm sure that it will breach this, but it's a good opportunity again when there is a huge necessity of gas and power now, and there's no power in few states. I think these are the most important needs of the hour, and their books will be good in the next quarter and next coming quarter. And with that, they might be giving out good dividends and the price might rise. These are all just speculation. This is called speculation, fundamental speculation. Okay, and this is, again, the sentiments are supporting it. Now the third one is this, MGN is also clear, but the overall trend is still bearish. So the positions are, so I should be bearish, but so this is clearly bearish. Bearish, bearish, right? So these are the three things. So what should I be is, I am right now only taking this into consideration, but I'm not taking these and these into consideration, which is also wrong. But if you're seeing, it has touched an endpoint, which support point, which is usually this zone 750 has been a strong support since few few months, and it has taken support here, and it might come back to this zone again. Let's see, and if it's possible, then we can make some more money here. So that's it here. So what I have, so if you're seeing two bearish, I'm bearish towards that, and one bullish. That's not how it works, but yeah. The next one is Naukri. This has fallen a lot, and even now there is, if you're seeing, there's still short build up, and still there's huge short build up which is going on, and the momentum is not at all. The momentum is a little bit slowing down in the short build up, but overall it is clearly a short build up. Now let's see the positions today. So I have decreased this. I've been protecting this position since a long time, since 14,500, and this has kept on coming down. Right now I'm neutral because the momentum has slowed down, and it is also at a support zone. So that's the reason I've just kept it at this zone, and 14 days, let's see. But even the price at 13,400 is really good, and I'll take a delivery if it's coming here. And again, I've made a video on Naukri, but I didn't buy it at that price because I've sold everything in my portfolio, and I was realigning my portfolio, and Naukri was down a lot, so I couldn't buy it at that time. But that came to an advantage when I have bought Naukri right now. Yes, Naukri will be here. Yeah, 1 lakh shares. I'll be increasing this to a lot, most probably, if it is down. If it is not down, I'll use that money to buy Naukri again. So this is the main thing. Now coming to not just futures data, now we'll go to options data and how the options look. So now Naukri is completely, I'll just go to max pin. So it is, the curve is clear that Naukri is completely bearish, not at all bullish. There are, okay, but the max pin is at 4,000 region. It is not at these regions, so it might swing back and go back to these ranges again. Option gain is overall in all these areas, that is 3,700 to 3,000, 4,200. Everything is a zone of making money. So what's happening here is someone building up in 3700, no one is trying to build in this area, and even most of the people are trying to get out of here and sell most of these positions. So the OI has changed. Let's go with the open interest analysis and see how Naukri is doing right now. So if you're seeing here, there are new positions in this call option, that is 380, and new put options in 3500. So but this is not a strong, and if you're seeing these can also be put options which they are buying, not directly selling. So sell the the institutions can also buy rather than sell. So I'm thinking that, but again, if you are seeing these are all washed out, so these were trying to, the 4000 position was trying to be a straddle, and which was broken. But if you're seeing this, there are still positions in 4000 in puts, so it might go to puts because this is looking like a strongest put. So it, if the max pain supports it, it might go to 4000 again. So this is options, this is what option data is telling us. But if you're seeing PCR, it is down from 14 to 0.4 to 0.37, and so even PCR will act as a support and resistance at a particular zones, but I don't know what was the PCR which should act as support. Most probably now it should be acting as support, but we need huge months of data to tell that. So basically Naukri by this max pain, it looks little bit on a positive curve rather than being bearish a lot, because we have puts which are being slowly written. So we can come closer. But what positions we have right now? We have to 3400. We can come closer and we can put it at 3500 rather than 3400, which might be a better position right now. Yes. Next, going to this Naukri is done. So even here it is clearly the call writers who are winning, usually because it is clearly a downtrending market. Am I the only fool who has bought this? Everyone started. Yeah, I see this is my my puts, where I've sold my puts. So if you're seeing here, there is some puts options being sold here, but most probably this is what the zone looks like, right? Between 7500 to 750 to 780, right? This is would be the zone, and PCR is also might act as a support right now, but this month it is fine. And the next one is Coal India, right? Coal India, this is Coal India is clearly, there are huge puts and calls in 170 region, huge puts and calls here. So market is predicting that 170 is a great support region, and even if you're seeing this 170 to 180 is a region which market is predicting. So I might be right, because but call writers are so aggressive. So let's see, because there is a huge straddle which is being formed here. So what if I can erase my positions and make a straddles here instead of that? Let's see that, whether I can do that or not. Let's see. So if I do a straddle here, it doesn't make sense because of the risk to reward ratio, right? So what if I do this again? No, not at all. What if I do a bullish straddle? Again, doesn't fix my picture. And if the market falls, so yeah, the present positions for me are better than these suggestions. According to these suggestions, what I can take is basically think whether the position is safe or not. I'm thinking the position is pretty safe right now, so I'm keeping these positions. Mhm. So let's see IV chart coal India. If the IVs are really good, yes, the IVs are in the same range. Most of the times they are in the same range, but now let's see like this. The price has dropped and the price has dropped. The price is here and then it is dropped. Okay, let's take much more greater time period since January 3rd till now. So usually the range is between, in February it was completely low. His IVs were okay. IVs are getting higher and usually the medium, there's no medium range. They should have given a line where it was medium, but usually I'm observing that 35 to 35 to 42 is the range, and we are still in that range. And once the market picks up, the IVs will drop, and that can come to an advantage. But still, the IVs indicate only the volatility of the options rates. And what is the other one? GL. I'll keep candles only, that's better. Yeah, even MGL right now, the volatility is really high. Yeah, it might come down because the average range is here somewhere of 32, so it should come down. And the next one is Naukri. Oh, so we have to be more aggressive with Naukri then. Yeah. So I'll increase some positions in Naukri, but right now I have to pledge few of my stocks to get better margin. That is when I can, take some more aggressive risks. Otherwise, right now I don't want to do that. So that's it from guys. Thanks for seeing my channel. If you have seen till now, that's great, and that means you are more jobless than me. Okay then, see you and take care.
Audio